Hi everyone, Chad here. Thank you for joining me. Today I wanted to do another instruction video where I talk about how a particular instruction works in Unicorn. And today I wanted to cover all of the instructions for alarms. So alarms are available in both of the systems control module and in the method editor. They are pretty much the exact same. Actually, I think they are exactly the same in both. So we're only going to work inside of the systems control module because I can actually trip alarms and do different things inside the systems control module, but both apply. Okay, so for alarms, if you trip an alarm, it will cause the system to pause and go red, and you have to acknowledge that the alarm occurred before you're really allowed to hit continue and move on. You also are probably going to have to clear out whatever caused the alarm. So if there's an air bubble, you're going to have to clear out the air bubble. If there's something causing high pressure, you're also going to need to fix that problem too. Okay, so alarms are controlled in two different areas, in settings and in the most recent instruction that's been issued. The most recent instruction that's been issued takes precedence. Instructions being issued can come from manual or the method, it doesn't matter. Alarms can be issued for multiple different things and all at the same time. So you can have a pressure alarm and an air sensor alarm at the same time. Alarms can have an effect on other instructions like pressure flow control. And then finally, alarms shouldn't be confused for watches or hold instructions in the method editor. Okay, so let's look at the instructions themselves. So in manual, I'm going to go execute manual instruction, and then you can see the button here for alarms. And then we have an alarm for system pressure or sample pressure, and then delta column pressure and pre-column pressure. Both of these are controlled by the column valve, measured by the column valve. And then we have an alarm for UV or conductivity or pH, which I generally don't use, but they can be very handy in particular situations. So I understand why they put those in there. And then you also have an air sensor alarm, which has, which you can either enable or disable. So very straightforward. For all of the other alarms, you just have a mode, enable or disable, and you just type in whatever value you're looking for, right? So let's actually trip an alarm. So I'm going to turn on the flow to 10 mils a minute here. And then I'm going to hit execute. And then you'll notice that the pressure is 0.28 megapascals. So I'm going to set an alarm for 0.3. As well and execute. So now I have a little piece of tubing that's in column position 1, and if I change the flow path for that, then I should trip this alarm. It's just tubing, there's no column there. All right, so let's trip the alarm. Execute. All right, so here's the acknowledgement. The system went red right there. There's a red line in the run log. So I'm going to acknowledge this, and then I could hit continue right now, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to end the run. And the reason I'm going to end the run is because I want to show you guys the settings. So you can find settings in system and then settings right here. And the thing about settings is you can only change settings while the system is in a ready state. So that's like the gray state right here, right? And I can't change it while I'm doing a run. So here is we'll just play with the pressure alarm. So here's the pressure alarm and here's system pressure. And basically what this is the default pressure for the system, anytime you turn it on. If I change this to 0.30, no, 0.30. Okay. So now the pressure is 0.3, and I don't need to actually issue the alarm instruction. So let's trip it now. So I'm going to turn the flow rate. And I don't know if you know this, but when you turn the system on, there's like a wave of pressure that goes through there because you're turning on the pumps right away. So I'm going to have to work the flow rate up. So I'm going to do 5 mils a minute. Okay, then I'm going to do 8. There we go. And so now, just like before, we're running at 0.28 at 10 mils a minute. So I'm just going to change the flow path to column position 1 where that tube is, and I should trip the alarm. Okay. If you read over the run log here, you'll notice I did not set a pressure setting. So that pressure setting came from the system settings right there. So I'm going to acknowledge this alarm, and then I'm just going to end the run. So something really important that I wanted to show you was that, let's look at the alarm setting really fast here first. Then let's bring up the system pressure. So even though this is the default right here, it is not shown, whatever the default is, it's not shown here, whatever the alarm is. What's displayed here is whatever it's available, right? So in my opinion, like they should read this over and put it to like what it currently is right here, but they don't. So you have to remember that you changed this system setting, or you at least have to go and check it. So I am going to change it back to what it was before, so I don't have to worry about this because I'm not going to be using 0.3 all the time. All right, I just wanted to show you one more thing, which is how an alarm setting can affect the flow rate. And so what I can do is I can adjust the flow rate automatically depending upon whatever the alarm is currently set to. And you do this using something called pressure control. And I actually made an entire video about this, and I'll link that below. But basically there's a feedback mechanism for whatever the pressure you're currently reading and the target flow rate. All right, so to actually demonstrate this, I am going to set an alarm first. 0.4. It's a little bit higher than what we've normally been doing. Now I'm going to turn on the flow rate. And so then I'm also going to set this pressure control right here to system pressure. That's the same alarm that I just set earlier. What I want you to notice is that when I hit execute, the flow rate is going to go up very slowly compared to what we've been doing earlier in this video. Okay, it took us a minute, but we eventually got there. And not only can I adjust the ramp up period, but I can also adjust it down. So I am going to change the alarm to 0.3 megapascals, and you'll see the flow rate adjust down. All right, so you'll notice that the flow rate currently is going down. It should level off at some point. And I hope you found this video helpful and you learned something about alarms. Good luck with your purifications.